welcome back to the Matrix. You know, the Matrix you are. The Matrix. How's it feel, Neo? And today, we got ourselves a banger. Banger daily market news analysis. What is up? What is up? How's everyone feeling out of 10? Make sure you guys are spamming that like button, hitting the share so other people can spam that like button. All right, today's the day. Today is the day. We have clippers ready to shave. Okay. 95 daily body close today. Today, I think, will be the most dangerous. So we're going to see. We have the close here in 10 minutes from now. Today, I think I'm in the most danger. So yesterday, and listen, I know there's lots of confusion. I will clarify confusion. Haki Nashi candles is what I've used for 10 years. If you find any clip of me using anything other than Haki Nashi candles, I will go ahead and shave, because the other candles, it already reached below there. But according to my candles, according to what I bet, we are still safe as of right now. We're going to get the close right now in the next 10 minutes. Volatility was in my favor the last 2 days. Today, it will actually work against me. I don't know the exact number, but I think if Bitcoin closes at like 95.2, the body will actually be below. Because right now we're at 95.5 and the body is at 95.2. So I think if we're at 95.2, I think it will be 95.499. Today, in my opinion, is the most danger that I'm going to be in. Like today is the most real danger that my beard will be in. And if we have to shave, we have to shave. It is what it is. I think if I make it through today, I have a 65% probability of being safe. If I make it through tomorrow and today, I think I have an 85% chance of being safe. And I think if we make it through the 20th, I think that I'm probably 95% good. Was that 94 wick potential in spring? Okay, that's a good point. We'll start there while we're waiting on the close. I think my thesis is correct, that the structural bottom is in. What I'm willing to concede right now, as we're like within $100, within like $200-300, I might have bet the number a little too high. But I do think that the structure is correct. I think my analysis and the structure, as well as the fear and greed, I think that comes out in the next 10 minutes as well. But as of yesterday, it was at 10. 10? Like, do you understand that Luna went to 0 at 16? Or, excuse me, at 8. FTX went to 0 at 16. There is bullish divergences that are showing up. I want to keep the chart here. Just someone give me a time check when we have 2 minutes, and I'll make sure I switch back to the daily candle so we can see how it closes. Toes are crossed, so are my balls. Hey, but listen, if it happens, it happens. I will do it live. I'll do it right here, right now. Okay, there is no, but this and that. I've been clear, concise. That is the number. If it happens, it happens. This guy has no idea what he's saying. What are you talking about, bro? Like, I'm articulating what the bet is. What are you even talking about? This guy has no idea what he's saying about his own bet. What are you talking about? You have no clue what you bet. Every prediction you've ever been made has been false. That's incorrect. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to brag upon myself, because that's what we're going to do. That is what we will be doing now. That you're going to be a silly willy and make dumb claims. I have receipt upon receipt upon receipt upon receipt. Let's start it off. FTX went to 0. I said I would shave my head if we went lower. November 8th, 2025. I said we will not go below 15K. I will shave my head. The bottom is in. Video evidence documented. We never went lower for a second. Silicon Valley Bank went to 0. March 10th, 2023. I said I will shave. The bottom is in. I will shave my head if we go lower. We never went lower for a second. 9/11/2023. I said that the bottom was in. Video evidence, documented. I said I will shave my head if we went lower, and I will shave my head if we don't go to 48K. Documented. We went to 48K. Germany, Mt. Gox, I said was a local bottom. Japan, we didn't go lower for 28 days, and we rallied for 40%. Japan, I said that the bottom is in. 49K. I will shave my beard if we go lower. And we must reach 80K before Christmas or I will shave my beard. And I even said the real number is 100K. We went to $109,000. April 7th, 2025. I said the bottom is in. I will shave my head if we go lower. And we have to go to 118,000 next before a new bottom or I will shave my beard. We went to 126,000. Video evidence documented. I called the top on gold. I called the top on XRP. I have receipt after receipt after receipt. You got your hand all up in the Kool-Aid and got the wrong flavor. Get your hands out of my Kool-Aid. Get your hands out of my Kool-Aid. My pinned comment, April 7th. April 7th. Bitcoin was at $74,000. Bottom is in, boys. Bottom is in, boys. 118, April 7th, when Bitcoin was at $74,000. 118 before 70 or I'll shave my beard. We're not going to come on here and lie on my name. You're not going to come on here and lie on my name. Okay, I just gave you a list, bro. Have I claimed to be perfect? No, I haven't claimed to be perfect. But saying that I have every call wrong is dumb. There's not a creator who has a better track record, period. That's on my mama. 2 minutes. All right. Let's switch it back to the daily body and then we'll talk about the market. We'll talk about the market. People also need to learn to do their own research. Literally, I didn't give a timeline on when a new all-time high is going to happen. Guess what? Do I think a new all-time high is going to happen for Bitcoin? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. If my beard is safe, guess what is next? Guess what is next, you foolish little man? All right. So the body closes in 1 minute. Right now, it is sitting at 95.2. If it is 94.999, I will shave it live. Today, I am in the absolute most danger. And I'm going to stream every day at the same time until I have to shave my beard or I'm safe December 2nd. Today, I think I'm in the most danger. If we survive today, I think it's 50-50 today. Tomorrow, if I survive tomorrow, I think it's 65% chance I'm safe. And if we survive through the weekend, I think I have an 85% chance of being safe. See you at 70K. We're good. We got 2 minutes. This is the longest 2 minutes ever, bro. You think tomorrow's more dangerous? We'll see how the structure of this candle looks because we'll see it. We'll see it as soon as you might be right. Because, okay, someone asked me about the Fibonacci candles. There are benefits and negatives to every single indicator. There are benefits and negatives to every single candle. The benefit of the Fibonacci candles is it kind of crunches the volatility, which that's why I like it. Now, that worked in my favor the last couple of days. It's going to be working against me because the body is lower than the price right now. It wasn't that way, right? So the body was only 97, even though the wick got all the way to 93 yesterday. Now the body is lower than the price. So it's going to be working against me the next couple of days. So we'll see. I have clippers ready. The close is in 1 minute. 94,999. I will shave. Uh-oh. That's it. That's the close. The beard lives another day. There we go. What is the daily body close? Listen, if we look back 2 months from now, 3 months from now, I think we will look back on this day right now. If it turns out that I'm safe, I don't know that I am. I'm not out of the woods yet. But if we come back and look a month from now, 2 months from now, and I still have my beard, we're going to look back at today and say, by the skin of your teeth. You're saying the bottom's in now? Listen, bro, the beard bet was we will not close 95K between now and December 2nd. That's the bet. I have clippers right now ready to honor my word, to pay my debts. I was fully accepting today that it could have happened today. I fully accepted that today I was in the absolute most danger and I could have been wrong today. And guess what? I was going to honor my debts live. Y'all are crazy, man. Hey, listen, every day we're gonna stream the live close until I am safe or I have to shave my beard. December 2nd, the bet is over. I'm still down on them. So listen, here's my analysis before today. So that was close. That's by the skin of my teeth right there. 95. What do we get? 95,239 was the body close. By the skin of my teeth. All right, we're going to do the market analysis now. But I'm going to give you my thoughts before this close happened, like this morning when I woke up, right? Yesterday, I thought I was in danger. Today, I knew it was going to be the absolute most danger. And I think that right now, unless we get a major crash, I think right 5 minutes ago was the most danger that I'm going to be in before I actually have to shave. Right? So my thoughts were this morning, I literally thought it was 50-50. I was like, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. That was my thoughts this morning when I woke up. And I thought if I made it through today, it's going to be about 65% chance that I'll be safe. If I make it through tomorrow, I think it's about an 85% chance that I'm safe. If we make it through the 20th, I think it's a 90% chance. All right, let's talk about the markets, though. And I'll say this, too, before I do that. My thoughts are on my analysis, by the way. I feel good about the actual structural analysis. What I feel bad about is my number that I picked. I think the number that I picked is too close. So I don't have, and if it's fine, if it turns out that like my structure was fine, but the number was wrong, I will still pay my debts. I have accepted that it could very well be gone. It does not bother me, and I will pay my debts live when it happens. So if that would have been 94,999, the beard would already be gone. Okay? On everything. You didn't got to worry about that. Now, that being said, the structural analysis of the prediction where the bet originated from, I feel stronger today than even when I made the bet. The number that I picked, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to hold you, bro. I'm a little worried about the number that I picked. Not that I'm worried. Like, if it happens, it's whatever. But I understand that the number that I picked might be a little bit too high. All right, so let's talk about the market. So that's that. Why do you keep saying today's the last day? Today is not the last day. It's not till December 2nd. By the way, bro, you was out here lying on my damn name in my comment section. Lying on my name. Talking about my ego's too big. Bro, I would have shaved it so fast. My ego is not big. I don't care to be wrong. If I was wrong today, I was fully prepared. Matter of fact, my wife is literally praying on my downfall right now as we speak. She wants it to be gone. She misses my baby face. Don't lie on my name, bro. You've been here long enough to know. That's crazy talk, bro. If anybody is accountable, it's me. All right, let's talk about the analysis. So let's go over to the 5-hour chart. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, and then we'll get into the market, and we'll talk about what shave line. I survived another day. I'll show you real quick, and then we'll talk about the market. So this is the 15th close right here. This red candle was the 15th close. That is the number was 95293. So by the skin of my teeth, I am safe for one more day. I believe today and tomorrow, I am in the most danger. And I think if we make it through today and tomorrow, I am not officially safe. But practically, I think structurally I am. As in, I feel confident that I am safe, although I am not technically safe until December 2nd. Does everyone have clarity on my analysis? I understand I have to speak so clearly, so concisely that none of my words can be misconstrued. All right, let's get into the analysis. All right. So let's start off with Bitcoin. It says you already lost the bet. No, I did not. No, I did not. All right. One more time. One more time. One more time. Verily, verily, I say unto thee. By the way, also, I am willing to concede, if any person finds any live stream where I am not using the Hakin Ashi candles, then I will shave. Because that is what I've used for 10 years. And that is what I've made my bet on. So you find a live stream of me using any other candle, I'll shave it right now. But I made my bet off of the Hakin Ashi candles. I said a daily body close below 95K before December 2nd, and I will shave. That has not happened. Let's go through. November 15th, 95.3. November 14th, 96.7. November 13th, 100,000. November 12th, 102. November 11th, 104. November 10th, 102. I have not lost the bet. You guys have lost your minds. I am fully ready to shave it when the time comes. This thing is charged. It is ready. Look, I'm going to shave my hair to show you it's real. Look at that. I was ready today. But I'm not going to do it because y'all don't understand the bet. All right, let's go back to what's his name's question. Why are you in the most danger now and not next week? So partly because of the analysis. So I use the Hakin Ashi candles. There are pluses and there are minuses to every indicator, to every candle. The benefit of using Hakin Ashi candles is it crunches the volatility and it shows you the actual structure of the move rather than all of the crazy moves that happens. Now, I like that in crypto for me personally because it's the most volatile asset in the world, right? Now, this has worked in my favor the last 2-3 days because the price wicked below 95K, but because of the way that the Haki Nashis are, the body was not below there. But once you get into a certain price, like today, I was in the most danger because the body was actually below what the price was. So the price closed at like 95, like 6, but the body was 95.3. It is now working against my favor, as in the price will actually need to be higher than the body in order for me to be safe for the next couple of days. So that's why it's the most danger today. And then why I think I am not in danger goes to, we'll talk about the market analysis. So with Bitcoin specifically, we'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about Ethereum, we'll talk about Bitcoin dominance, we'll talk about the Dow Jones. So the beard then, brother, 95.3 was today. It is safe for 24 more hours. We will see about tomorrow. Does Sunday dump count? Listen, if we close tomorrow, I'm going to be live during the same time. If it's below, if the body's below, I'm going to shave it live. No ifs, ands, buts about it. So if we get a Sunday dump, my beard is cooked. That is that. That's why I say today and tomorrow I'm in the most danger. All right. You guys are distracting me. Let's get into the analysis. The actual analysis. All right. So, what do you think of Bitcoin closing under the 50-week moving average? Not according to my candles. This again, that's why I like the Haki Nashi candles. It's less volatile. Okay, so Bitcoin right now is on a downtrend. We can clearly see this from the, which by the way, they changed the wick over here, which I don't like. That's weird that the exchanges retroactively changed this 1010 wick. That's weird to me. But anyways, we have a exchanges are scams, guys. That's number one. We have a downtrend, clearly, right? We got extremely, so I'm on the 5-hour chart for Bitcoin. We got extremely oversold on the 5-hour chart. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean a bottom is in, but you typically get an 8% plus move every time that happens. We did, in fact, get an 8% move. We got an 8.4% move before rolling over to make a new low. But this is a bullish divergence now. We've had a cross to the upside. I'm going to zoom this up right now for you guys. We're about to get across to the upside on the RSI. We can see that the RSI is making higher lows right now while the price is going down. This is what happens at reversals. It doesn't mean that we're going to reverse right now. It doesn't mean that my beard is safe because it absolutely could just get me at this point, right? It's in real danger at this point, but this is the structure of a reversal. By the way, you get the reverse of this at tops. So you'll see price will continue to go up as the RSI is going down. That is a bearish divergence. So this is a bullish divergence that's taking place for Bitcoin, which I really like. Now, I do think that the 200 moving average is going to be resistance for sure. 108/112. In that area, I am absolutely concerned about Bitcoin. Okay? And I will probably de-risk some of my Bitcoin at that position. Because what could happen is if we bounce here, go to 108, and then roll over, like it's going to go quickly. It'll probably go to 85 or something like that. So that's going to be a big level of resistance between 108 and 112 for Bitcoin. If it gets above there, reclaims it, and holds it, that's very strong. That looks very, very good, but that's going to be a battle. That's absolutely going to be a battle for Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance is looking very weak right now. we have gotten rejected off of the 200 moving average 2 times now, and we have put in lower lows. All right, it seems like we're finding a bit of support off of the 50, but we've already taken out the critical line, which I said was a macro lower low. Now, we could bounce off of this easily, and we could go up to the 200 again and get rejected again before rolling over on the bigger. That would be fine, but we have had a cross to the downside on the RSI. Now, let's talk about the thing that is correlated with dominance, which I would expect a pretty decent rally out of the alts, whether Bitcoin reclaims 112 and holds it, or whether it just rallies to it and gets rejected. That is going to be 112 is a concerning number, and it's a number to be cautious at for sure. For sure. Let's talk about the total 2 and what I'm very encouraged with in the market right now. Very, very encouraged with. So there's basically 2 coins, Bitcoin and Solana, have both put in lower lows. They do have that bullish divergence that I was talking about taking place, transpiring. However, the total 2, pretty much most of your altcoins, your ADA, your BNB, your Ethereum, your Link, your every single thing, they all pretty much have this exact same structure right now. So this is the total 2, which is everything excluding Bitcoin. And you have this big 10-10 wick that happened, violently reclaimed to the 200, get rejected, march, gruel your way back down, and you fill this wick out. Okay? You fill this wick out. Find it as support, rejection, finding it as support again. But the interesting thing that's happening, again, these are higher lows. This is just a higher low. This feels so much worse than November 4th. This is a higher low. We did not take out this low for the total 2, for Ethereum, for BNB, for ADA. Like, let's go through the list, and we're going to look at the same structure quietly, what is taking place right now. This is why I'm very encouraged by my thesis was correct. The structure of my thesis was correct. I may be too overzealous about the number. I may have got on a technicality. That's fine. I accept my fate, but I like the structure that is playing out here. All right, let's go through it. ADA, higher low. Right? Algo, higher low. AMP, higher low. AVAX, AVAX did not make a higher low. So AVAX is the one that did not. BCH. By the way, is this the market cap or the price? I would be interested in the market cap of AVAX. BNB, higher low. Ethereum, higher low. I don't know if Dogecoin, higher low. DOT, higher low. Ethereum, higher low. This is still valid, by the way, because this is a higher low. The 7-wave crashing structure, and again, we have a bullish divergence taking place here. Now, again, same thing for Ethereum. 3,800 is going to be major. That's going to be a major battle for Ethereum, for sure. Gold. By the way, too, the thing that's interesting about this crash is there's no XRP is a higher low. That's right. There's a lot of them. Pretty much all of them put in a higher low from November 4th till right now. We'll see if it holds through the weekend, but the structure looks very promising. Right? Okay. Gold also. We know that this is completely inversely correlated to cryptocurrency. I called this as the top. This is definitely the buying climax at this point. What could happen in Wyckoff distribution would be textbook, as you would come up, you would make a new high slightly, and distribute. That is textbook putting in two highs after your buying climax. This was peak euphoria, though, for gold. Make no mistake about it. As of right now, though, we have dead cat bounce retraced to the 702, have gotten rejected off of the 702 Fibonacci retracement, and now we are battling with the 200. This is a big level. It's $4,000. It's a psychological level as well. We got to get below that. If we get below that, it's going to be a stark fall for gold. Gold is not a meme coin. It's not going to fall in a straight line. Most likely it's going to distribute. But the more it does that, the better. Quietly, too, while that took place, while gold had its retrace, in the precious metals game, there was essentially an alt season of sorts in precious metals because silver made a new all-time high. Now, part of my base thesis overall was gold, comparing gold to August of 2020. Gold top first, came down. The Russell goes into expansion, and then we go into expansion into the market. We had the C19 crash, which you could say is the April tariffs, or you could say is the 10-10 crash. Both of those are black swans. And then they started handing out stimulus checks, right? What are they talking about right now? So here's silver. So while gold only went to the retrace, silver put in a new all-time high. That is a clear signal of breadth in the market. That's essentially, this is oversimplification. I'm just saying in a way that everyone can understand. Silver making an all-time high while gold only retraced, that is a clear sign of market expansion, distribution of money, aka like an alt season in precious metals. Now, that's an early sign. Yeah, gold could absolutely get a UTAD. That would be textbook. Like, gold is not a meme coin. Gold, like, I expect gold to do a healthy distribution. But at the same time, that is my base operation that I am operating out of. Basically right here. I already have it sort of outlined for you, what it would look like. However, I've never seen gold that overheated in my lifetime. Never. So when we look on the monthly chart, like, this is insane. Gold got to 96 RSI on the monthly chart. That is the most overbought it has been since 1979. So saying that gold is hot and overbought is an understatement. All right. I was just about to talk about this, but this is a good point from Cal's Kevin. All right. So he says, bro, all the crashes now happening because no rate cuts in the market date from October. Okay. Yes, literally. So that's the interesting part about this entire thing. It hasn't just been crypto that's been crashing. It's been all of the markets. It's been the Dow Jones. It's been the Russell. It's been crypto. It's been gold. It's been silver. All of the markets have been crashing. Why are they all crashing? In my opinion, and listen, I need you to open up your brain and listen with the ears of understanding of what I'm about to say to you. It does not matter about if they cut or if they don't. It only matters what the market expects. Okay? Now, what is different today than 1 month ago? 1 month ago, October 14th, 2025, the market priced in 94% chance that they would be cutting in December. The market now has it priced 55% chance they will not be cutting in December. What does that mean? Again, I say to you, it does not matter as far as price if they cut or if they do not cut. The only thing that matters is what the market expects. It is not the event that matters. It is only how the market perceives the event that matters. And how the market feels has changed with data. And the reason I'm passionate about what I'm saying is I made a video talking about it, and people could not comprehend that I was talking about how the market's perception has changed, rather than me predicting, well, now they're cutting, so now we're going to go boom, and now they're not cutting, so now it's bust. No, it doesn't matter what they do. It matters what the market perceives that they're going to do. The market perceived October 14th that they would be cutting on December, and now the market perceives that they are not going to be cutting. And that is the price action that we are seeing. So there you go. Let's go back to the altcoins. The only one that is peculiar to me is Solana. 90+% of the coins have the same structure that I've been talking about, is the higher low structure, bullish divergence. Ethereum, we marked out for Ethereum and Solana 7-wave crashing structure. Right? Solana has invalidated that, which is why I'm saying it's peculiar. So it means one of two things. Now, again, Solana does have a very bullish divergence taking place. We can see price is going down, RSI is going up. That is very bullish, especially being extreme levels of oversold. Now, the 7-wave crashing structure, I had it marked to here. We went up and then we went lower. 99% of the market has not went lower. Solana did go lower. That is the peculiar part of this whole thing. So I'm still wrestling with what this means. And I think it means, well, what it means is either A, this is completely invalid, or B, the C leg, the 7th wave was not complete and I prematurely marked it. That could be the case. Or D, C, we're doing something different. So it's one of those three things. I do like the structure on Solana. I'm leaning right now that I just prematurely marked it because Ethereum is still holding. Now, if Ethereum, the total 2, the total 3 starts taking out all of the lows, then you have maybe an argument. But the fact that 99% of the market has the same structure, but now it has a higher low with a bullish divergence, that makes me feel really good. The only thing that I can think is like Solana is just really volatile. It got way oversold in the FTX collapse because it was so tied up with FTX. And then it got so overbought because it was so artificially suppressed. And so maybe now it's just paying for some of that volatility. Transparently, I am still wrestling with the Solana analysis. That is peculiar to me. Others dominant. Yes, others dominance looks beautiful. So as far as the whole market goes, I feel like I have a very strong read on the market. Solana is the one that's confusing a bit to me. But the rest of the market is pretty much doing the same thing. But that's a good point. Others dominance is absolutely looking beautiful right now. Like this is a classic spring right here in Wyckoff for sure. And we've already reclaimed the prior October 10 levels, or very, very close. Not technically. That's I spoke too soon, actually. So the levels to reclaim are right there, but we are flirting with reclaiming it. So this is when we could classify this as a spring. If others' dominance gets and holds 7.58, this is a clean spring in Wyckoff accumulation, which is a clean bottom. Look at the higher time. I'm on the 5 hour. I mean, I agree. Yeah, like the daily, it looks beautiful. Sol had a liquidity grab at 140. Maybe that's it. Maybe it was just grabbing liquidity. Again, like that is true. Like about Solana, kind of what I was saying is there's just so much volatility with it because of what took place with FTX. It got all the way from $300 down to $9, right? So it got crazy oversold. And then it got crazy overbought. So it has all these gaps to grab. Sure. Like I'll buy that for $1. I do like what I'm saying is, let me try to be clear here because I know I'm kind of all over the place right now. What I'm saying about Solana is I like the structure. It's not doing precisely what I projected it to do, but it still has a good setup. That's what I'm saying about Solana right now, presently. What do you want? Like the 3-day, bro? See an uptrend building on Bitcoin. Literally, today I thought was the most danger for the Bitcoin bet. I don't think I'm out of the woods tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be in real danger again the same time. But I think if I get through the weekend and my beard is safe through the weekend, I think that although not technically safe, I think practically safe. We're not going to call it. We're going to be like, we're good. You know, it's not safe until December 2nd. But I think from a structural standpoint, if we make it through the weekend, it's like you make a strong case that like, hey, all liquidity was grabbed. Fear is to the maximum. They should have updated fear, I think. Yeah, so it was 10 yesterday. Let's see what it was today. 10 again. Wow. So 10 2 days in a row. That's so crazy, bro. Do you understand? When Luna went to 0 in 2022, it was 8. Do you understand? When FTX went to 0, it was 6. This makes me feel very, very good. Again, the number I picked might be got. I concede. I accept my fate as far as that. Whatever happens, happens. I accept it. However, the structure of what I am saying, I feel very good about. You'll be in danger for the next few days. I think today I was in the absolute most danger that I will be in. Tomorrow I will be in danger. I'll be in danger on Monday. That's true. But I think if we make it through. So today before the close, I had my own probabilities. Today, I thought it was literally 50-50. I literally was like, I told my wife, like, hey, might have to shave. She's rooting for it. She was literally praying on my downfall because she wants to see me without a beard because she misses my baby face. She misses me looking like I'm 17. Anyways, so she's like praying for it. She's like selling Bitcoin. She's doing whatever. Anyways, I had it today pre-market close 50-50. And I said, if we got through today, I think it's 65% chance that it's safe. If we get through tomorrow, I think it's 85% chance. What about closing through... below the 50-week EMA. All right. Why can't you just say we're in a... Say it, bro. Everyone's saying it. If you want to be on the side of everyone, then be on the side of everyone. That's fine. Say it. Say it all you like. Shout it 100 times from the mountaintops. Write it in your journal. Write it in your love notes. You know how you write your name, like, you know how like girls will write their names like as if they got the dude's last name. It's like Melanie May Gajewski. Melanie May Gajewski. You could write that. You could do that. Write it in your journal. We are in a bear market. We are in a bear market. If that makes you feel good, do that. I have criteria, and I'm not going to do until criteria is met. Period. Period. All right. I think it's a bear trap. The longer we go, the more it looks like a bear trap. Period. All right, let's talk about the 50-week beard market. Brother, we're safe another day. I'm glad you can make it. And I will show you, we will look at 5 different charts. How about that? So we can't say I'm cherry picking. Today, I have the clippers right here. I was fully ready to shave live. I was ready. Today, I was in the absolute most danger. Tomorrow, I'm in real danger as well. But I think if we get through the next 2 days, I think that's the point where I am safe. Practically, although not technically, until December 2nd. I'll show you 2 different charts so you can be like, he's cherry picking, blah, blah, blah. Haki Nashi candles, that's what I've used forever. If you find any stream with me using other candles, I will also shave because you're not going to find it. Today's close was 95.3, call it. Yesterday's was 97. We'll see what today is. If we crash a little bit, I'm going to get got. If we crash at the close, I'm going to get got 100%. So I have it at 65% chance I will be safe now. If we make it through tomorrow, I think it's 85% chance. All right, let's talk about the 50-week moving average because my man keeps asking about that. And again, this is why I like the Haki Nashi candles. Okay? There are strengths. There are weaknesses to every indicator. There are strengths. There are weaknesses to every candle. Okay? The candle that I use is Haki Nashi candles. The reason I like Haki Nashi candles is because it scrunches the volatility and shows you the actual structure of the move. More times than not. Okay? You're not going to get faked out as much with Haki Nashi candles, in my opinion, because it scrunches the volatility and is more likely to show you the actual structural move. I say that to say, according to my chart, we have not lost the 50. If we lose the 50, I will be very concerned. I think we need to pump pretty substantially at tomorrow. I do believe tomorrow is the close. So we need to have a pretty nice pump to keep it. But we have not lost the 50 on the Haki Nashi candles yet. We're right there at support. We'll see how tomorrow closes. How's the trading challenge going? Trading challenge is going good. All right, let's read some of the YouTube comments. I missed a lot of them. I'll be live at the close tomorrow again. We're going to be live every day at the close. 6:45 Eastern time. We're going to live stream it through the close. That way, you guys will hold me accountable. I will be ready. You'll see what I'm seeing. There's no cherry picking. If I get got, I get got. I accept my fate. But I'm not going to do it a second before that happens. Apologies once again. I got my popcorn. Danger zone. What do we got here? Everyone was praying. Do a count. Okay, tomorrow I'll do a countdown. Tomorrow I'll do a countdown. That was gangster. We closed yesterday. Bro, I'm not going to tell you again. I've said it 786 times. You find a stream. Screenshot me a stream where I'm using any candle besides the Haki Nashi candles from the last 5 years. And I'll shave. I'll concede that I lost. But I have always used these same candles. Always. A different chart. Okay, let's do different charts. I forgot to do different charts. Fine. Let's do different charts. Different charts. Let's do different charts. All right, let's go through all the Bitcoin. I'm going to go on my trading because I think I have like 5 Bitcoins here. We'll go through all of them. So this is Bitcoin index 95.3. Bitcoin, I don't know what this is on. To the US dollar 95.33. Bitstamp 95.35. MEXC 95.32. Tether Perpetual Futures MEXC 95.33. There you go. That's, I mean, how many you want me to do, bro? No, 95 daily body close is the bet. What's your YouTube name? YABOYSKEY. I'm live right now. YABOY ski. SKEY. Like key with an S in front of it. Does the CME gap in liquidity all the way down to 80K not concern you? It concerns me. It's there. But CME gaps are somewhere along the way. Crypto Twitter, crypto TikTok decided that CME gaps are gospel 10 commandments written in stone. Thou shalt fill the CME gap before thus takes off, thus saith the Lord. That's not real, okay? You have a decent chance of filling them out, but there's plenty of CME gaps that haven't been filled out on plenty of different charts. Yes. So if you shave off, so if you close tomorrow before 95K, you will shave it off. Yes. Listen, I was fully prepared to shave today. Like we did, we showed the close live. I have my clippers. In fact, we had to, if we would have closed at the price we're at right now, 95.3, I'm pretty sure that the body would have been below. I think it would have been at 94.4. I'm pretty sure. I was fully prepared to shave today. So we're going to live stream all of the closes until December 2nd or until I have to shave. What is my username? Here, I'll type it out for you guys. Hold up. A B O Y S K E Y. Sorry, I ran out of room. Ya boy ski. Whoops. Reclaim to be in full control. They need to reclaim 112. Like, that's a decent rally from 95 to 112, and we could have a lot of action in the altcoins especially. But really, to fully control it, they need to hold 112. They need to get above 112 and hold 112. That's the level. Listen, you have an argument to say, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? So 112, that's going to be a big level. That's the 200 daily. We got to get above it and we got to hold it. That's the level when it's like fully back in control. This was just a fake out or a bear trap. That's a ways away, and there's a lot of money to be made there. Like, I'm not necessarily claiming you should wait until then, because there's going to be so much price action, especially in the altcoins between that. Says bottom line. No, we did not. No, we did not. Bonnie, do not lie on my name. He says, why did you change to Hakin Ashi candles? Find me one stream over the last 5 years where I used anything other than Hakin Ashi candles, and I will shave it. Send me a screenshot. Tag me on Twitter. Put it. You can put pictures on TikTok. You can post pictures on Instagram. Anybody find any stream of me over the last 5 years where I was not using these exact same damn candles. I didn't change nothing. I didn't change nothing. If you said Hakinashi, then cool. Yeah, listen, bro, that's what I've used for 10 years. That's what I made the bet around. If you find any stream, listen, that's what I'm willing to be like, okay, fine. Listen, screenshot a picture of any live stream of mine where I was not using these exact same candles, and I'll shave it. I'll be like, oh, Wax found one from me 3 years ago. The candle never closed below 95. Okay, simple as that. They're fighting. $112 is a concerning number for Bitcoin. He says, when did I say I would de-risk from Bitcoin? 112 is a concerning number because that's a battle. That goes back like when are bulls back in control firmly? It's holding 112. So I'm telling you right now, I think what's going to happen is we're going to go back to 112 and then there's going to be a battle. Are we going to reclaim it and hold it, or is it going to get rejected? And the answer, truthfully, as I stand before you, I don't know. Okay, I don't know at this present moment. Are we going to break above it, or are we going to get rejected? But I'm going to de-risk some of my Bitcoin there. Bitcoin's my biggest holding. Fed had an emergency meeting on Friday. Emergency cuts. Bro, listen. Crypto Dave says, Fed literally had an emergency meeting on Friday through all major banks. I would not be surprised at all if they come through with emergency cuts. Like, talk about the biggest fake out in history. That's what it would be. Because what, like, what is the actual reason market makers are grabbing liquidity? That's the real reason. But what is the narrative reason? The narrative reason is the market anticipated a month ago that we were going to get cuts. And they have changed their mind and are now positioning and posturing themselves as if we are not getting cuts in December. How quickly it would change is if they actually did cuts. The thing is, we don't know what's going to happen, but the market right now is behaving as if we're not getting cuts. They are pricing in, and that's the price action that we've gotten on gold, Bitcoin, silver, the Dow Jones, the stock market, cryptocurrency. We're getting priced in that behavior. What about closing over the 50-day? Save the beard. I did not lose Friday. Let me show you the chart on Friday. 97K. I did not lose Friday. You lost Friday. Thanks for coming from TikTok, you savage.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
All right. That's a cop-out, sir. No, it is not. Fine. Listen, I will concede to you. I've been live streaming for 5 years. Find me one live stream. You can go on my YouTube right now. Go on, type in ya boy Ski. Go on my channel, and I will shave live if you do this. All right? It's not a cop-out. It's what I've always done. So go to any of my live streams for the past 5 years and find any chart where I was not using the exact same candles that I'm using right now. Go to any one of them. I don't care. You find one. Send me a screenshot, and I will concede that I lost. But here's the deal. That's what I've always used. Your support. Here's a random one from, this is last April. I know it's last April. What candles do we have here? The Hakin Ashi candles. Come on now. This is 7 months ago. I'm not cherry picking. Y'all aren't paying attention. So there you go. Find me any chart where I am using any other candle beside the Haki Nashi candles over the last 5 years, and I'll shave it. That's what I've always used. That's what the bet, obviously. Let's go. Let's do one more. Let's go like 2 years ago. How about that? When I didn't have a beard. Here's 9 months ago. I'll do one more random one just for funsies. What do we got? Here you go. Here's a baby beard. Right? What do we got? Haki and Ashi candles. Come on now. Y'all, anyone finds one chart of me doing that, and I'll shave. That's what I've always used. That's what I was taught on. That's what I was taught on. Would you de-risk alts at 112? You could consider it. Still like Rose? I like Rose. All right. What level? Okay, I think I already read that. Do you think it's smart to DCA, to start to DCA, or there will be no alt season? Either way, I think we're going to get a rally to 108. like would be the minimum level. And I think that there's going to be, especially with Bitcoin dominance, this is not financial advice. I think absolute worst case scenario, we're going to get a rally to 107. And I think that the altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin during that rally. So there might be a potential, I mean, there definitely is potential money to be made there. And the bigger play is like, so that's kind of like your worst case scenario. The bigger thing is, or the bull case scenario would be, this was just a bear trap. And we're going to reclaim 112 and hold 112. And then it's like, okay, well, this is just a bear trap. That's a confirmed bear trap then. So those are kind of the scenarios. So if we close above 95 until 95, until December 2nd, what do you think Bitcoin does the rest of the year? We'll see how it behaves. Like, what is the violency of how it gets? I want to see how it reclaims, how it behaves at 108, 112 in that range. And that's when I'm going to give you my answer. The truth is, I don't know. But here's what I will say, though. Like, even if I'm wrong, even if I have to shave, even if we go. Here's what I am certain about. This idea that we're going to have 70% drawdowns is dead. That is not happening anymore. This idea that we're going into like a 4-year bear market or a 3-year bear market is dead. That's not happening. What's likely to happen is like what happened in April, where you have a, what percentage drawdown was this? I think this was a 36%, 33% drawdown. And this was like 3 months. We had like a 3-month bear market. Alts obviously got crushed harder during that time. And then they recovered. So this was 90 days from top to bottom. And then from top till recovering a new top was 120 days. That to me is more like how it's actually going to behave from here on out. Like that to me is worst, absolute worst case scenario. I have to shave my beard. Maybe we go to 80, 90K. We get the CME gap, go into like a 2-3 month bear market, accumulate for a bit. And then in 2026, we start over. But I think is dead. Like people are talking out of both sides of the mouth. They'll say 4-year cycle is over, but then like pack it up, see you in 4 years. It's like, oh, well, which is it, bro? It's one or the other. You can't have both. So to me, that's kind of worst case scenarios. Bitcoin starts behaving more like stocks. And that makes a lot of sense fundamentally because it's way more institutional now. How many days? Dash is doing well. How many days to hold 112 to confirm a bear trap? Probably get a weekly above it. Like a weekly Haki-Nashi candle. So the full body, like how my beer bet, but like the reverse. So the full body like this. And again, there's going to be a lot of price action between right now at 95K and 112. Like there's so much price action to happen there. So I don't know. Like I don't think waiting for that is the right move. No AI screenshots. No AI videos. Brother, I went on my... You go on my channel. You're already watching me live, bro. All right. The only thing that truly matters is where do we go from here? 108. That's where we're going next. In my opinion. That's worst case. That's, you know, everything lines to us going to 108. And then we'll see, like, are we going to reclaim it? Are we going to... So we could even get rejected there. Let's paint a couple of scenarios here. Okay? Like what I think is going to happen. And this is like, hey, I might get got today, tomorrow. Sure. But I think that the structure... We're going to do something like this. 108. This would be the most bearish. This would be like, okay, well, boys, see you in a couple months. It's not 4 years. It's a couple months. We'll probably have 2 months of, maybe a month of down, and then probably 2 months of accumulating before starting to recover in 2 months. That's what that would look like. That's going to be the most bearish. The most bullish would be like a V bottom. And then like somewhere in the middle would be like, you go here, you get rejected, put in a higher low, something like that. All three of those could equally happen. And so that's going to be a big level to see. But I think all levels lead us to going to there. And then like what I'm going to be looking for along the way is like, how is gold behaving during this time? How is Bitcoin dominance behaving during this time? How's the Russell behaving during this time? Right? Those are all going to be the leading indicators of like, what am I looking for? What am I building my base thesis off of? What's my X? It's at Gajewski, Gajewskey. 102 rejection would be pretty bearish. It's going to reject off the bands. Probably. It probably one way or the other. It probably will reject. But the question is like, do we reclaim all of it? Or was it a bear trap? What time's the official closing? 7 Eastern. I'll be live every day until I have to shave or until December 2nd when I am safe. The beard needs not a pardoning as of right now. We're still safe another day, my man. Here's the daily candle as of right now. On Saturday is 95.3. Tomorrow, I'm going to be in the most danger again. These 2 days right here, to me, out of the whole challenge, right here, if we look back a month, 2 months, we're going to say, by the skin of your teeth, Ski, one way or the other, honestly. So we'll see. Where what? Solana has a bullish divergence taking place. Why December 2nd? Because listen, there's no real number other than like, there's no real reason other than like, a poker player is not going to go all in every single hand. Right? I'm not just going to leave it out there indefinitely. Like, so much can change between now and December. So it's not like, oh, December's here, now I'm bearish. Oh, it's not like that. It's just like, I bet it for a solid month. And I think 28 days. I bet it for 28 days. And that's good. That's good with me. But all right, guys, I will be live the exact same time tomorrow. So we're gonna stream the close every day until I have to shave. I will have my clippers ready. Tomorrow I am in real danger again. Make no mistake about it. If any part of that body is at 95K, if it's 94,999, it's gone. Okay, and I will shave it live. So we're going to do that every day at the close. The close is 7 p.m. Eastern. I will be live 6:45 Eastern through the close, and then we'll do our market analysis. So it's a fun little game we'll play between now and December 2nd. Every day I'll be live during the same time. I probably won't be live, obviously, during Thanksgiving. If it gets God on Thanksgiving, well, then I'll just owe it to you on Black Friday. But I will do it that same time. But that is going to be it for this time. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. What's your TikTok? It's Skis Crypto. That's right. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Same time tomorrow. Be there or be square. If you're square, you're not around. I will never message you first. Those are scammers. Peace, love, prosperity, God first.